Abhi, you can sing louder, Abhi, so that we can hear more clearly.
I'm not very good in lyrics, so I'm very bad. I can only hum.
We'll make you play flute one time.
Yeah,
Kids
sure,
will be
sure.
interested in hearing it.
Okay.
Like some nice Frozen song or something, so that we'll not get bored. After music class, immediately astronomy class. So we'll have some entertainment in between.
I can hum many songs, but I don't know lyrics of many devotional songs. That's the problem.
And that's fine.
I'm singing
We'll take your
Vinayaga
we'll
song.
take your flute music instead of singing.
Okay, Vinayaga song. Tyagaraja
Okay.
Kirtanai. వినాయగా నిన్ను వినా బ్రోచులరు వేరెవరురా విఘ్నరాజ పరమ కృపా సాధనా పరమ కృపా సాధనా నా పరమ కృపా సాధనా వరసూనా ఆదరింపనన్ బ్రోవరాదా ఆదరింపనన్ బ్రోవరాదా వినాయక సాధన. That's all I know.
This is not fair. All my music students will then come and join in your class. I should have made you do this.
It's been more than 15 years I had vocal practice. So only thing I know is fundamentals, that too aroganam, avroganam, some shruti matching. That's all I know. Beyond that, I am very, 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 very bad in classical.
Okay.
I was pulled into musical because I wanted to learn a lot of ghazals, Hindustani based.
Okay.
So,
Excuse me, sir.
yes, boss.
I also went to this corona. I went to before this corona. I also went to Hindustan music class.
Okay. Nice. Youngest person like me. Okay. I started music very late, Kanama. I only started only at the age of 14, 15. That too, my teacher was always asking me a lot of computer questions when I go for music class. So I started becoming computer teacher for my music teacher. So later I stopped going.
We thought Abhi was 7 years. We never knew Abhi was more than that.
Oh, nice. Unfortunately, I aged beyond the time. Now I am 33 years old.
Okay. So let me start with the class.
Okay. So shall we begin this week?
Yes, Abhi, you can begin with the session, Abhi.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So last week, I think one of you, Tanyashri, had asked about what is the weight of Neptune, correct? Correct? I guess I'm not sure with the name correctly, but yes. So Neptune is somewhere around 17 times heavier than Earth. So if you try to compare Earth and Neptune, it will be around 17 times to the size of Earth. It will weigh that much. But you can't go and stand on Neptune because Neptune is not made up of any fixed surface. It is full of gas. So if you start to fall down on Neptune, you will keep on falling and then you will freeze and you will die. So Neptune doesn't have any surface. How do they find all these things? So that is how we are going to learn today. So we are going to learn about what are the things that has come across the entire galaxy. That is various spacecrafts that have traveled across the solar system and beyond the solar system. That's what we are going to see today. So everybody get ready for the ride. So we know about Abhi and all the 9 good friends of Abhi we know. So what did we see before? We saw about that chota little cute little helicopter that is there right now planning to go to Mars, Ingenuity, and we learned about its unique features, what is its battery capacity, how long can it fly. It can only fly for about 1 minute 30 seconds, and how much does it weigh, and what are the other types of spacecrafts apart from the rover. So that was in the last episode, who is controlling the helicopter. So I was in my space suit, then I came back to Earth to ask about the other types of spacecraft. So in between that, there was a sound, kind of sound came. So it came closer and said pam pam, kind of horn sound came. So we thought it was something like a bus. So it was a bus. So a bus came and someone was inside the bus. We can't see because the glass was all completely black. So who is that is going to come in the bus today? That is what we are going to see today. That is, who is coming in the school bus. So the question again, who is coming today? Any guesses? And we found that it is Pluto. Cute little Pluto. After more than 6 weeks, he has come back to meet us. So, hey Pluto, hey, thanks for coming, we both said, and it was very nice to see him after a very long time. So what has he brought today? So he brought with him a small spacecraft. This is a flyby spacecraft. What is this? It is called New Horizons spacecraft. It is a flyby spacecraft which first photographed Pluto. So this is how it looks like. It is made up of antenna. It is made up of a telescope. Inside the spacecraft there is a telescope, and it is covered with a lot of anodized aluminum. So it is covered in like a gold color foil to protect it from a very cold temperature. In order to heat up the internals, it has to have this gold color foil outside. So then came Pluto. It showed us how it started. So first thing, it was launched in 2006. So that is around 14 years back. And it crossed nearby to the Neptune in 2015. So it took about nearly close to around 1 decade, that is around 10 years to reach Pluto. So that much time it was traveling. What it was doing? It was using the gravity of Jupiter to find a slingshot. You know what is a slingshot? You can pick up a rock, you can drop it, it will go faster. So like that it was using the gravity. So we are going to see how it uses the gravity and where it is going after reaching Pluto in 2015. That was 5 years back. So this is the spacecraft. It started from 2006 from Earth. It went into the outer atmosphere of our Earth, and it started slowly going towards Pluto. So this is how it looked like. So one antenna was always pointing towards the Earth so that it knows where it is at all the times. So it was near the Jupiter. We told you Jupiter is very big. It is very highly magnetic. So when it went to gym, it had a lot of collected all the iron equipments that are very close to it, right? So like that, it used the gravity and the magnetic field of Jupiter, and all the way faster it went across it. So it was doing a flyby of Jupiter itself for some time. Then it traveled for another 7 years. Slowly it was traveling. It was going around. Then finally it reached Pluto. So Pluto came into the picture. So how does it look like now? This is Pluto as seen by this New Horizons spacecraft when it flew very close. Some just around 1000 kilometers very close it flew. So it took lot of photographs of the surface, of the heart-shaped mountains near Pluto, everything. It was all in the color of, it was in chocolate brown color, it was in cement grey color, lot of colors was there in the surface of Pluto. Until 2015, nobody knew what was the color of Pluto. We are only very small sand of grain like color we have put. So it was filled with lot of chocolate brown color surface. Look now how cute it is. It was like having an Oreo chocolate. So opening Oreo chocolate, it is one side it is dark brown, one side it is white. So slowly this entire thing of entire surface of Pluto was captured by the telescope that was placed inside New Horizons spacecraft, and it took many photographs. It quickly fly past it at around 35 kilometers per hour. That is like this. It will travel. It will travel as in the speed of a sneeze. To that speed it will fly by Pluto. So Pluto was very quick to pose. A left, a right, a left, a right. It was posing, and it took lot of photographs. So this was the first thing. Then what happened next? So it took lot of photographs of Pluto. It found lot of snow, snowy pits, very big glaciers. Glaciers are like it is like how Antarctica and Arctic Ocean is. They are full of icebergs that are floating in the surface of Pluto. And it also took the atmospheric photo of the Pluto. So Pluto, when you turn from the back side and you see the sun, its sky is in light blue color. So it took photo of that. Then it found that Pluto doesn't spin on its own. It has its own little brother called Charon. Charon and Pluto are like twin planet system. So it is like 2/3 of size of Pluto. So if we compare Earth and Moon, Moon is about 7-8 times smaller than Earth, but only twice bigger is the size of Charon and Pluto. So it was very close by. So they took photograph of it. So this is how it looks on comparison. So one side you have Pluto, another side you have Charon. So they took lot of photographs of this. Then they also took lot of measurements and analysis. So using that, they were able to find lot of water is there, lot of nitrogen is there, lot of carbon monoxide is there, lot of methane is there. So they thought Pluto is very small, it doesn't have any atmosphere at all. But then they found it is comparison of lot of things that are very common to planet. So now they were having question. In 2007 they said Pluto is no longer a planet. So they said it is a dwarf planet. Now we have found lot of evidence that it is slowly showing that it is also like a planet. So what they did, they said it's a dwarf planet which has only one small problem, that is it doesn't have a defined orbit of a long planets. So it is very different. So it is tilting and going in a very long axis. So it takes around 244 years to go around the earth, to go around the sun. So they said no, we are going to stick to that. It's called as a dwarf planet. So then how did it travel? So I told you from 2006 it went all the way out. So it traveled at 15 kilometers per hour and reached Pluto. Then it went beyond that. So where is it going now? It is going beyond Pluto. What is beyond Pluto? There is a small asteroid zone called Kuiper Belt, and in Kuiper Belt there are many strange looking peanut shaped rocks called asteroids. So this is one such asteroid. It's called Ultima Thule. Like in water, in Tamil we call it as Thule, Thule. It's like Ultima Thule. It's an Polynesian name which was given for this planetoid structure. It is like two globes that are joined together. So it is now photographing it. How does it show that what is happening there? So they found that it is made up of two different chunks of rock, so with different elements. So it is going around, rolling around, and they found that it is very big. It is bigger than a comet that we know. And there is a comet called 67P, and it's Churyumov-Gerasimenko. It's after two different Russian astronomers. So we are going to see about 67P a little later. So it is made up of lot of elements. So now asking the question again. So what else do we want to know? We have know about lot about flyby spacecraft. So we need to come back again and see more about it. So let's see what is going to happen next. So we are going to see about orbiter spacecraft, second thing. So who is coming? Someone else is coming. It is Saturn. Saturn is coming now to show us something different. What is an orbiter? So it has brought with them another spacecraft. This is called a spacecraft with a very long antenna called Cassini-Huygens. So it started orbiting around Saturn from May 1, 2004 to September 15, 2017. That is just 3 years ago. It was doing rounding round, merry-go-round across Saturn. So what does it do? So it started in 1997 and it went around Earth twice, Mars, Jupiter, and then it finally reached Saturn. So Saturn is the green line. From there it went round and round and round and round and round till 2017 it was going around. So nearly 20 years it was spending its time on the outer space, far away from Earth. But it did something very remarkable. It sent a lot of photographs, lot of many things that we are going to see today. So it orbited the Saturn's atmosphere, and Saturn, it found many new things about its planets and all the cute little moons that are revolving around Saturn. Saturn has many moons. Saturn has close to around 19 known moons. So what are these moons doing now? So we are going to find one by one. So this is the first photo that was sent by Cassini on Jan 2nd, 2010. That are around 10 years back. So all these small cute little moons that was pictured by Cassini. And one of the biggest icy moons, Rhea. And also many storms came in. Many storms came and also disturbed the atmosphere in the Saturn. That was also pictured by Cassini. And all small cute little moons of Saturn were also found. Pan, Daphnis, Pandora, Ephemeris. All these small rings that were in between the Saturn's ring was found, and they were all in the size of a moon. So now we are going to see what it did.
A lone explorer on a mission to reveal the grandeur of Saturn, its rings and moons. After 20 years in space, NASA's Cassini spacecraft is running out of fuel. And so, to protect moons of Saturn that could have conditions suitable for life, a spectacular end has been planned for this long-lived traveler from Earth.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff of the Cassini spacecraft on a million-mile trek to Saturn. We have cleared the tower. Its program is in. Full program is in.
In 2004, following a 7-year journey through the solar system, Cassini arrived at Saturn.
To the SOI burn attitude or pointing position and light up the rockets.
The spacecraft carried a passenger, the European Huygens probe, the first human-made object to land on a world in the distant outer solar system.
Huygens arrival on Saturn's moon Titan.
For over a decade, Cassini has shared the wonders of Saturn and its family of icy moons, taking us to astounding worlds where methane rivers run to a methane sea, where jets of ice and gas are blasting material into space from a liquid water ocean that might harbor the ingredients for life. And Saturn, a giant world ruled by raging storms and delicate harmonies of gravity. Now, Cassini has one last daring assignment. Cassini's grand finale is a brand new adventure. 22 dives through the space between Saturn and its rings. As it repeatedly braves this unexplored region, Cassini seeks new insights about the origins of the rings and the nature of the planet's interior, closer to Saturn than ever before. On the final orbit, Cassini will plunge into Saturn, fighting to keep its antenna pointed at Earth as it transmits its farewell. In the skies of Saturn, the journey ends, as Cassini becomes part of the planet itself.
So it completely burned and it got destroyed in the atmosphere of Saturn. So I have a question now. So everything is lost. Oh, so sad. So we made a beautiful spacecraft, we sent it on orbit, and then it finally went and it got itself burnt in the outer atmosphere of Saturn. But that is only end of Cassini, but not for Huygens. So what happened to Huygens? So that is what we are going to see. Huygens is right now, as said in that video, it's an atmospheric spacecraft which went to study another one of the moons of Saturn. It's called as Titan. So it's the third type of spacecraft, atmospheric spacecraft, and we're going to see about it. So this is a kind of a representation of Huygens probe. So it is made up of a disc kind of thing. It is made up of like how Italy is made. It's like of disc, many discs that are joined together. It has got a lot of experimental things inside. So what is it going to do? So it is going to enter the surface of Titan, and it is going to study all the geometry and all the physical nature of Titan. So it is a kind of a probe that was designed to make understanding study of Titan. So it is a small disk that was let go from Cassini, and Huygens entered the Titan's atmosphere. So what you are going to see now is the actual video footage that was captured for about 2.5 hours. So 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 30 minutes, it was slowly entering through the thick cloud of Titan. So some 70 kilometers it was going very slow. So we started seeing small mountains, lot of ice, rugged ice. All these things were getting close. So less than about 40 kilometers down, there was some kind of peaks and low valleys. So still it was going deeper and deeper. They thought it was completely filled with water or something. Titan had assumed that there was a lot of methane kind of thing. So methane must be flowing in it. Methane is another kind of chemical which is called as a hydrocarbon. Methane can also be used as a fuel. So they thought that it was filled with a lot of oceans of hydrocarbon called methane. But no, it was completely with a lot of mountains. So scientists had no clue what it is going to do. So it kept going and going and going. It kept on going until about, say, it reached the height of 17-18 kilometers. They found that it was very close to a valley, a kind of a river valley. So it entered and went into the deep into the clouds, and then it landed softly on a bedrock. So it landed there, and after that its parachute was also seen floating in front of the camera. So the entire thing was captured, and this is the first time they have had a spacecraft from an European Space Agency to land on a different moon of the solar system, that is Titan, Saturn's moon. So after this we come to the conclusion that there is something waiting for us to go and pick it up in Titan. Some other future mission is going to come another spacecraft will go there and pick it up. So now coming to the next thing, how many days does it have to be there? No, we don't have to worry, because Saturn is going to take us there some other day, and another person is coming now. Someone else is coming. We are saying tata bye bye to Saturn. We are going to see Saturn another few weeks from now. So till then, bye bye. And then Jupiter came. Jupiter, new person. Okay, we already know about Jupiter, lot about Jupiter. So what did Jupiter bring? Hey Jupiter. So Jupiter came. So it has brought something to do with a shooting star. What is a shooting star? Shooting star is it's a comet. It's a comet which has been going around the sun for very long time. So we are going to see some very small facts about comet. So to give you an understanding, comet is something that was formed when the sun was getting formed. So some 4.5 billion years ago, there was lot of chunks of rock that was floating around, and one such rock was very far away, and due to sun's gravity it was pulled into the solar system, and it is now going around the sun. So this is one kind of comet. So this comet is called as a shooting star, and its other name is called as Churyumov-Gerasimenko, or it's called very easily called as 67P, because this Russian name is very hard to pronounce. So I will say it as 67P. So this is 67P when you take it from a photograph. Combine all the photograph and you will get this very close by video. So it's very big. So it is very coming close. So it has got lot of mountains, very small neck, and it reminded me of a very funny shape. It looked like a rubber duck, quack quack kind of rubber duck. So Earth also said, yeah, it sounds like a rubber duck, quack quack. So one rubber duck come out, and then it told us that it is a double lobe shaped comet, which is right now having the shared orbit of Jupiter. So somehow it is picking up the orbit of Jupiter, and it is going around and around. For some 6.4 years it is going around the sun. So we are now going to learn about the spacecraft. We are talking about comet. So where is the spacecraft in it? So we are going to see about it. So this spacecraft is a lander spacecraft called Philae. So we are going to see about Philae. So it's the lander. It's the fourth type. So this is the Philae lander. So what did it do? So we are going to see a short story about it. So Philae was coming out of Earth at the year 2004. So it went out and it was trying to find the comet, and it was slowly going behind it, and finally it found the perfect spot to park with it on the orbit. So this main flyer was called as Rosetta. So Rosetta and Philae are two brothers. Spacecrafts 1 and spacecraft 2 are called Rosetta and Philae, and they both joined together and found the comet 67P. So and then they went around and round, and then they finally made a lot of interesting study. What did it do? So for 10 years it was studying about the comet 67P. So unfortunately they wanted to try and land the lander on the surface in a very safe space, because it was in a very different kind of peanut and rugged shaped kind of a rubber ducky shape. But unfortunately it did not have that opportunity. It tried to land, but somehow it bounced, ding ding ding, it bounced, and it landed on a very dark space. So what happened then? So that's what we are going to see.
The Rosetta mission. For centuries, humans have gazed at comets blazing in the night sky, from ancient civilizations to early astronomers, right up to the current generation of space scientists and engineers who created a daring mission to explore a comet up close. The mission is called Rosetta. The team behind it? The European Space Agency. The Rosetta team have overcome many challenges. Its first launch was aborted, missing the chance to visit Comet 46P, but they had a backup, 67P, Churyumov-Gerasimenko. After 10 years of travelling through space to play catch-up with a comet, Rosetta launched a small probe called Philae to land on 67P in November 2014. However, the harpoons and the rocket designed to lock the probe onto the surface failed to fire. Little Philae, weighing as much as a AAA battery on Earth, bounced up, then landed down, only to bounce again. The instruments on board were unharmed. But Philae landed in a crevice too dark for solar power. The race was on as the mission control team tried to download the data before Philae's battery was depleted. They managed to gather over 80% of the data they set out to capture from Philae before it went into hibernation. Then, in June 2015, they were overjoyed to hear Philae transmit again. As 67P approached the Sun, the energy striking the comet increased, enough to bring Philae back to life. Using the data collected by both Rosetta and Philae's suite of high-tech instruments, scientists have been learning about the comet's chemical makeup on the surface and in its atmosphere. They've discovered 4 different organic compounds never before seen on a comet. From Philae's haphazard, bouncy landing, they discovered that parts of the surface are as soft as snow, while others are as hard as volcanic rock. Future missions could visit more distant comets from beyond the orbit of planet Neptune in the Kuiper Belt, or even beyond that in the Oort cloud, the vast bubble of billions of ice chunks home to the longest travelling comets. By studying a variety of these icy time capsules, scientists hope to find out how life started on the young planet Earth billions of years ago.
So the next week, when we have this 5-day travel through our solar system to the Milky Way galaxy, we'll be making stops near Kuiper Belt, Oort cloud, and a lot of other places, so that I'll tell you what is so special about all these spaces. So next week we are going to see that next week, but for now we are going to focus on what happened to Philae. So Philae was there, parked there, so it is now sleeping. So it is all snoring there, and it is going to stay there for a very long time, because for 67P it takes around 6.45 years to go around the orbit of Sun. So it's a very long time. So the next mission, when we launch something to go and meet 67P, it will take very, 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 very long time. So until then, this is that for today. So I was having question. We have seen 4 spacecraft. What about the other 4? So that is coming on the next episode. So that's it for today. So we are going to see who is coming in the school bus to the next week. So that's coming the next week, along with me, Earth, as well as other 2 people. Both Pluto and Jupiter is going to be with us to find who is coming on the next spacecraft discovery episode. So what did we see today? We saw somehow about different types of spacecrafts, the first 4 mainly. So we found that Pluto is having a different long flyby spacecraft called New Horizon. It showed us a lot of pictures that it had taken over 5 years ago. Then it was Cassini from Saturn. So Saturn had a very long journey for about 10 years to orbit around the Saturn and took a lot of pictures of all the moons. And then it was Huygens. So Huygens is one of the Explorer mission atmospheric spacecraft which was sent to study Titan. Titan is a very big moon, and it has got a lot of properties that are favorable for us to go and put one petrol pump or a diesel pump or a methane pump there and suck all the energy from there. We are going to do that in the future, not now. And lastly, we found one of the comets which share the orbit of Jupiter, that is Churyumov-Gerasimenko 67P. And what happened to the cute little lander that is only in the size of a AAA battery? It is a Philae lander. So what did it do? What is it doing now? How is it going to survive? So that's it for today. And any questions, we can go. How did you like it? Like it? Okay. So who is very sad about Philae? Who is very happy about Philae, and who is very sad about Philae? You are very sad. Who is very sad?
I'm very happy.
We are very
Happy.
happy. Okay. Happy is also very good, because happy we were able to know a lot of things about Churyumov Gerasimenko. It is a very funny name. It's like nobody names comets in our Indian name. Only Russians and very different American names are there. But maybe in the future we will have a different kind of comet with our Indian names. Something like Subramaniam will have a comet name in the future. Comet Subramaniam, Comet Venkatesa, all will come in the future. It's a very tongue twister. Churyumov Gerasimenko. So next week, when you are coming for that 5-day travel to the outer solar system, to the Milky Way, we'll be sharing a lot of things about what is Kuiper belt, what is Oort cloud, what is a comet, what is an asteroid. Everything I'll show you one by one. So we will go one by one each day. So that is coming on next week. I think you will have holidays from 21 to 25, right?
Yes, sir. Abhi, one more thing, Abhi. Like
Yes.
we have formed a new group for astronomy.
Okay.
Okay. So is it okay? Like you can give some quiz for kids. You can give some 5 questions,
Yeah,
something
sure.
like that. Let them learn.
Sure, definitely. So I have a
That
question
will
here.
encourage the kid to learn more.
Yeah, I'll do. I'll share a lot of insight about things that I have learned, and I'll share a lot of video essays about all these things that I have learned, so that it will be easy for the kids also to learn. Why did the machine break? Because it came near Saturn. Okay. So because Saturn is made up of a very thick atmosphere of hydrogen and helium. So all the outer planets are made up of very big clouds of hydrogen and helium. So what happens now? It is very, very dense and it is very, very hot. So do you know about meteors and meteorites?
Someone muted you.
Oh, someone muted me. Okay.
Abhi, you're muted.
Okay.
Can you
so-
unmute it? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I told you about how lot of planets are there which has a lot of hydrogen and helium on its outer sides. Correct? So hydrogen and helium is found mostly on the gas planets, and these gas planets, when they are very dense, they are forming a very thick cover. So whenever any other object enters its atmosphere, it suddenly burns up. So the most of the satellites that are made by Earth and sent to planets like Saturn are made up of normal metals. So it is made up of aluminium, graphite, nickel. All these metals are easily burning. So it will burn off in the temperature somewhere around 1100 to 1200 degrees. But in outer atmosphere it is more than that. So it is very, very, very hot. So it will be burning very instantly when it enters the atmosphere. Someone is having trouble sharing screen. Someone wants to share screen. Okay. Any other questions?
I have one doubt.
Yes, please. Yes, ask me.
How will the name like Jupiter, Venus, like that? How we name all the planets?
Okay, very good, very good. So what was happening was most of the astronomical study that happened in the Earth happened in the earlier Greek times. So Greeks and Romans were the first to. One second. So Greeks and Romans were the first to find a lot of charts, astronomical charts. So they draw some lines, they put some circles, and they started looking at the sky and started making names. So most of the names of the planet come from the gods and goddesses of Greeks. So Mars is the god of war, Jupiter is the god of heavens, and Saturn is a god of bliss and beauty. Venus is god of beauty. There are a lot of gods and goddesses. So how we are having Shiva, Vishnu, Ganesha, Greeks had a lot of gods in the name of Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, everything. Only the planet Pluto, that is planetoid Pluto, did not have any god names. Pluto is named after the dog. It's made by Walt Disney. There is a cartoon called Pluto. So one of child in 1930, she said, I want to name that planet as Pluto because it is very small. So it is called as my puppy dog Pluto. So apart from that, all Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Earth is different. Earth is called Gaia, Gaia. It's Mother Earth. It is called as Gaia. So other planets are all named after Greek gods. So we will also see the names in the next episode. So I'll tell you more about it. Did you understand?
What color?
Yeah. What color?
Pluto and why is it very bumpy?
Which one?
Pluto.
Why is it Pluto very bumpy? Because when planets started forming, so it was having that tendency to absorb lot of rocks around it. Most of the rocks around the planets, that is in 4.5 billion years ago, was taken by lot of other bigger planets. Like Jupiter was taking lot of the planets of the rocks of the solar system. Saturn was taking a lot of it, and Neptune, Uranus, everything took lot of rocks. So it formed a very big size and it absorbed lot of gases. But Pluto is very left alone. It is very far away. So it did not have lot of opportunity to eat and grow big and make a smooth planet. So somewhere in the history of the solar system, all the other brothers of the solar family had a very big fat tummy. So they ate a lot and they become fat. Pluto was never given any food, so it became very weak and with lot of sharp mountains. So it became a bony planet, very small bony planet. So if you don't eat, if you don't have lot of spinach, if you don't have lot of good food, you will also become very thin like Pluto. What's your favorite food?
Pizza?
Okay, if you eat lot of pizza, you will become fat like Jupiter. If you don't eat much, you will end up like a very lean and thin like Pluto. Pluto, because
I like curd rice.
Okay, curd rice is also good. Curd rice is also factually good, but you need to add something with it so that it becomes energetic for you.
Rasam.
Oh, rasam.
I like rasam.
Okay, since you say, because everyone likes different kind of food na, so that's why planets also have different kind of taste. So some absorbed hydrogen, so it started absorbing a lot of hydrogen. Some absorb nitrogen. We Earth, we love nitrogen. So it took like rasam, it had a lot of nitrogen. So nitrogen gas become our very favorite food. So without nitrogen we will have no atmosphere, and without nitrogen we are not very safe. Because of nitrogen only we are very protected. So we will have lot of gas, so that this gas protects us from other objects entering the Earth. So we are never hit by a...
I have one more question.
Yes please, ask.
What color is Pluto?
Color, sky of Pluto is in a haze of blue. It's in the color of blue. So it has a lot of combination of methane, nitrogen and everything. But when you say it is on the surface, it looks like, I told you, it looks like the color of Oreo. So it is brown, black, red, and it's all in white. So it is a lot of ice and chocolate brown color. Yes, your question.
How all the planets got orange, yellow mixed colors?
Orange, yellow mixed colors. Which planets do you think have orange, yellow?
Jupiter have orange color like that. How planets got colors?
Okay. The color is basis on color theory. Nice question. Okay. What is the color of flame? Light. What is the color of light? When you burn, when Amma is making food in the kitchen, have you noticed what is the color of the flame? Okay, one of you had said the answer. You tell me the answer.
I don't know.
No, let her answer. Let her answer.
Because I don't go inside the kitchen.
Okay. Next time if you go. Okay.
It's orange.
Okay.
It's orange blue.
Orange, blue. Okay. Orange, blue. Okay, fine. So what?
Blue, red, yellow.
Okay. Okay. So all this is because you know why? You know why it is of different color? Everybody has a different kitchen and everybody has different gas coming out of the kitchen. Maybe.
Carbon dioxide is orange and red. Oxygen is blue in color.
Okay, fine. But the flame that is burning is, what is it made up of? What is the color of the flame? What is it made up of? No. The material that is burning from the gas. That is one red color cylinder is there. Now what is coming out of that red color cylinder?
It's gas.
What is that gas name? You know that answer. Amma, Appa is used to call it in 3-letter words. LPG. LPG gas. Have you heard of this word? LPG gas? No. Okay. So it is called liquefied petroleum gas. So petroleum. Yeah, it is a liquefied petroleum gas, LPG gas, which is burning in the color of blue when it is of higher temperature. So blue is always in high temperature, orange and red in medium to high flame. So to answer your question, what is the reason for planets to have different colors? Because the atmosphere of that planet, that is if you say Jupiter is orange, if you say Saturn is yellow, if you say Neptune is blue, if you say Mercury doesn't have any planet color, so it is in the color of brown sand color, and planet Earth is in the color of blue. All this is because the atmosphere that is outside of the planet has a lot of gases. These gases trap the light. That light is traveling through that planet, and that planet reflects out the light. So that becomes the reason. I asked one of you to try out an experiment with light. Did you try it? The one with dark room, putting your torch.
I didn't try because I forgot it.
Okay, no problem. Anybody else tried any black color paper, black color notebook, putting light on that black color notebook? Did you find it? Did you try it? No, you didn't try it. Okay, fine. So what will happen is the light from your black color notebook will not bounce back to your face. So your face will not be bright because color black absorbs all the light. But if you have a white color paper or a very reflective polythene kind of sheet in front of you, you put the light, it bounces back and it reflects in your face. So the medium in which light travels depends on the color also. So because sun is very bright, sun produces lots and lots of white color light, and when it hits the atmosphere of Jupiter, it bounces back. Jing 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 jing. It bounces back and forth like the black color notebook and our face. Oh no, not white color paper and our face, and it bounces back and it lights up all the atmosphere of the Jupiter. So it becomes a kind of like bands of orange, yellow, pink, all the colors. You can try that also someday. Why all the planets have holes like boiling the foods? Okay. Boiling the food. Okay, I don't know if you are trying to mean if it is made up of craters. Yeah, Satyamurthy, are you asking if they have craters? Are you asking about craters? What's a crater?
Tanya?
Yes.
Okay, so if you ask about craters, I can tell you that it is because lot of time planets are not always safe. Sometimes you will have very small water drop falling on it because of rain. Sometimes the water doesn't come. Sometimes very big chunk of rock will come from the sky. Doom! It will come and drop on the surface of the planet, and it makes a very big hole. That becomes holes like boiling the food. So that is called craters. What is the color of Venus? Venus is the color of bright yellow because it is made up of sulfuric acid. It is full of concentrated sulfuric acid because the atmosphere in Venus is very toxic. It can burn you. If you stay there and outside, when you see the rain outside Venus, you will instantly burn by the toxic sulfuric acid. So it is in the color of bright yellow.
Okay, children, it's time up. If you have any question, you can send it in the WhatsApp group. Abhi is there to answer you in the group.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, I understand you have a lot of questions.
I will answer your questions in the group. No problem. I'll answer why who named the planets also. No problem. There's an international
all
body
these
for it.
questions will. Yes. See, I asked them to bring with the number of questions. I think they have bought a lot of questions.
Very good.
Finally.
Very good. I love you all because you are the only reason I am coming up every week to meet all you, because I'm very locked up in Chennai. I don't have any means to go and meet people. You are the only people I meet every week. All your bright brains are the only things I can meet every week. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, kids.
Bye.
Okay? Bye. Bye. And Abhi, one more thing, Abhi.
Yes, please.
Shall we have a meeting tomorrow, like around 7:15 or 7:30 in the evening? Is it okay for you?
Yeah, sure. Anything's fine.
We'll have a team meeting. Like we'll discuss about the workshops which we are going to conduct.
Sure, definitely.
Or whatever we want to do, we'll discuss.
Okay, sure, definitely.
I'll add you in the group also, Abhi. Like we have a team members group.
Definitely. Sure. Okay. Bye.
Thank you, Abhi.
Bye.